Hey guys, welcome to the Social Scene Podcast. This is where culture, connection, and community meets, and we'll talk about how social media plays a role in how we live, work, and play. My name is Elena Kachan.
And I'm Meredith Dean, and we have a super fun episode for y'all this week. This is Women's History Month, so we're bringing in one of our favorite female entrepreneurs, and she's the perfect person to bring in because we're talking about protecting your peace. But before we get into that, we got to talk about Charlotte Star Room.
Charlotte Star Room is the best. Obviously, if you've been watching this is our 4th episode.
Yes.
So if you've been watching on YouTube, you know how beautiful the studio is. And if you're looking to create content, level up your content, they can do podcasts, short form, long form, all of the things.
And they're also super involved in the community,
Yes.
and it's also part female owned, so perfect again for Women's History Month.
And we got a team of girls behind the scenes. They always check for the hair, the lips, everything. So
Everything.
we can't thank
y'all
y'all
so
enough.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Mare. Good to see you.
I love you so much.
I love you.
It is 2 days after International Women's Day.
Yes.
And I just love being with one of my favorite female entrepreneur boss ladies over here.
I know. You were gone this weekend, and I was very excited for you to come back.
I was in Mexico, ironically, with one of my friends I met through social media, which is awesome, taking those online relationships offline. Julia turned 30, and it was magical.
It looks so amazing. That villa y'all had, incredible.
Wild. And
Yeah.
she has her own business here in Charlotte,
it.
and then also has her office in Toronto. She has an office in New York. Just such a boss
Killing it.
of a human, but so kind, like showing you that you can have
Yes.
that leadership that is also very kind while also making the big bucks.
Yeah, and you had a couple people there who traveled to Bali with us a long time ago. They
Exactly.
were from California, I believe.
And they found us online. They
Social
found the
media,
Bali
yeah.
trip through the Dean's List destination that way. And it's crazy. Now, Julie and I, just meeting on Instagram, we've gone to 4 continents together.
Insane.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool. I honestly like doing these life updates because obviously we talk a lot, but it is cool to hear what's going on in your life and just chat it up real quick just before we get into things.
And
because-
speaking of, what did
Oh.
you do this weekend that
Oh.
was huge?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, speaking of Women's History Month, I was just at an event in D.C. at the Mount Vernon, George Washington's estate, essentially, and they were doing a Women's Leadership Summit, which was really cool. So they are one of the clients that I work with at the agency I work with, and we did event and live social media correspondence, which if anybody doesn't know that, if you have an event and you want someone to kind of help manage the social media content while you're there, it was really cool. I mean, they were invested. We did 3 nights. I mean, night 1, all day Thursday and half a day Friday, and it was really cool to see how well received the content was in the moment, because I think that's really important. You got to capture and move fast, and I think they saw the value in that, which was really cool. And I got to listen. I mean, I got the benefit of listening to all these like powerhouse women. I'm like, these are the women really shaping history because they are your GLAM. I didn't know that they had an acronym, by the way. GLAM is like galleries, libraries, archivists, and museums.
Oh, wow.
And it's an industry, and these are the women preserving history, literally, and making sure that history doesn't get erased in all of these historical places.
So important right now.
So important right now. So I felt like I came home and I was on a little bit of a high for sure, because like, how important is that? It was just really cool to see all those women. I'm like, wow, this is what we get to look at.
I mean, I saw the coverage and it was amazing. And
Yeah.
live social media coverage is so important right now for galas, for
Yes.
events like that, for conferences. I mean, you helped me get hired for when Zaps took me out to Vegas to help them with
yeah.
live social media coverage for their conference.
Yep.
And it is amazing what you can do for companies, showing what a real day in the life looks like. So that's one of Dean's List main services.
Yep.
And when you're a reporter, you have a journalism background, you're able to synthesize this information really quickly and get those stories out,
Yeah.
nonstop, and then tag the right people. And it's incredible to see the growth of Instagram accounts
Yeah.
from the beginning of when you take over versus the end. And everyone wants to see things live.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like an event reporter, and you do such a great job of that. I mean, I see you put in your personality. It's also hectic. You have to have someone who's really good under
Yeah.
pressure. You are definitely one of those people, and I think I'm definitely one of those people.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
nice.
I think it's cool that we can bounce off of each other. Like, if you're not available and I'm available, we help each other out, because like we always say, you're like the one person I can recommend if I'm never there.
Amen.
Because I know the kind of quality of content you're going to put out, and like it just takes so much energy and effort, and an eye for it and a vision and someone who's personable, because it is hard to get people on camera when you're in an event. Like even these ladies who were so lovely, like I would go up and ask them if I could film them, and they were kind of like, oh no, I don't want to be on camera. So trying to find the right people and approaching them
really
nicely.
good about coaxing them too. You have to help, create that confidence for them to be on camera.
Yeah.
So you're also having to be a hype girl or a chief vibes officer.
Yeah, literally.
That's
reminding them what to say, how to say it, like what the social media feeds need.
Yes.
They're like, tell me what to say. So it was really cute. And just to see like the older generation want to pour back into the younger generation too, like, and getting that on camera was really fun.
Huge. I love that. And speaking of that too, coming up, we have our Monday meetup at Queen's University, where I bring together about 20 people from the Dean's List community that are mentors. You've been doing it for years with me. This is our fifth year of doing it.
Wow.
Which is wild to think about. And then we match up with 20 mentees, so students that are great at Queens, and talk about some amazing moments of women mentoring other women, and just one thing that they say can change the entire course of their career or their lives. One small thing, you don't realize how it can really change the course.
That is one of my favorite events, because I do try to make an effort to give back and kind of send the ladder back down. And young people in college, I didn't know anything or what I was going to do about anything.
No one does. I mean, there's so many new things you're learning all the time, and it's more life lessons you're learning every day too.
I know, and they're all so sweet and so appreciative. Yes. So if y'all want to be a mentor, she's, got a great program. At one of my favorite events, honestly. I love that you do that.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, of course. Oh, and also Queens is going to the NCAA tournament, which is exciting.
Heck
Charlotte local love. Yeah. Big basketball fan over here, and the fact that they're going to March Madness because they won their conference is a big win. So.
And Charlotte FC won their home opener.
Yeah, they did. I went.
Very excited. You had a sweet girl. Talk about girls.
Yes.
Jill bringing everyone into that suite. We love.
Honestly, we have the best crew, because we know at least 4 or 5 of us are going to say yes to literally any event invite.
Exactly. We are yes girls.
It's going to be a fun time when we're all in the room. So I love that. Any other updates? Any fun things that you have going on? I know you have been traveling a lot.
Been traveling a lot. Also, there's exciting part of the love life. I'm not going to give it away on this one specifically, but maybe next episode.
Well, I was going to say the last episode, there was a good update around how you met someone through Instagram.
Yes.
And you've been dating him.
I have.
Ish.
Yes. And all he has to do now is meet my grandmother.
That's the last final stop before you'll commit.
Yeah, exactly. I just need that and we're good to go.
I love that. And we're going to do some like dating this or that or would you rathers later.
Yes,
so
definitely.
That'll be fun. We want to hear what you guys think as well. But if you're a single girly, or if you're dating, or whatever your relationship status is, let us know. We want to hear about it.
We definitely want to hear about it. And also, we love the girls that are single and just fully embracing it and love life.
Yeah.
Because that is, that's the majority of our group. And even though I'm about to be in a relationship and you are in one, we are the yes girls. We're like, we're going to be at everything. And you prioritize your girl friendships, number one, your female friendships.
My favorite thing is trying to be the person who never forgets her friends, because I was perpetually single my whole entire 20s, and now that I'm in my 30s I still have a relationship, but I'm like, I'm never not going to be there for my friends. I don't care
Absolutely.
what it is.
Amen.
And Juwan knows that, so I love that for me, and he's always like, yeah, go do your thing. Like, I totally get it. And I'm
a king amongst kings.
Sweet man, we love.
Do you want to do this or that right now?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Let's do it. Okay. Here we go.
Mark
All
it.
right. So let's get into some 30s specific dating things.
Okay, let's do it.
Which I think would be really fun. Meeting on Hinge or meeting in the wild?
I think Hinge is easier, but in the wild is way more fun. So I'm going to say in the wild.
Why do you think it's easier?
Hinge is easier because I can do it from my couch. But I've had horror stories of meeting people in the wild and then they are not who they say they are.
Correct.
And then I have to go fact check. So at least on Hinge, they're somewhat verified and I can see info about them without having to waste an hour of my time chatting and then wondering whether or not what you just told me is true. So.
And that's why I like the background checks that you can do on people. You can do your research before you meet them. Actually, who was on the Mexico trip this past weekend, Simi, she works in cybersecurity for Allo. I mean, she's killing it.
Love
but
that.
she's like, oh yeah, I could find out whatever you need. Women are, they're all in the FBI.
Agents. Yeah, literally.
Truly. Okay, your next one. First date at 6 p.m. or first date at 9 p.m.?
Oh, I'm early for sure. Like start early, end early.
Because you want to be in bed early?
Yeah, I think so. And then also just, I don't like the waiting leading up to 9. Like maybe I guess if I like was doing something before at an event and then like bopped over to grab a drink, that could be fun because I'm already loose.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Absolutely. I want to be in bed before midnight. Yeah, my grandmother says nothing good happens after midnight, and I think she's right.
I love
that. Yeah, I think
So
early.
before 6. Yeah, or 6.
Yes, 100%. Plus, I mean, for me, I'd actually prefer morning. So that was another question for you here: is coffee date or cocktails?
Joanne doesn't like coffee, which is really sad, but I love a good coffee walk. So I could go for a coffee walk if the person liked coffee.
Yeah.
But I love a good cocktail because I like getting cute and like I like the vibes of an evening date. So I'll probably say evening.
I also like that you said coffee walk, which is interesting. So I definitely would say coffee for every first date. I say no alcohol on the first date because you don't want anything muddled, or you don't want to, let go of any maybe red flags on that first date, which alcohol can tend to make you be like, oh, that's fine. But I think that you're more with it if you're having coffee.
I agree. Maybe now that I'm getting older, I could agree with you more there.
But I like that you said the walk. I think a walk even helps with nerves a little bit,
Yeah,
too.
it does.
So walk and talk. Would you prefer a fixer-upper project or someone who is already finished, but
And a
maybe, yes, and maybe a bit rigid?
Ooh. One of the things I love about my partner is that he is so open to feedback and he's not in his final form at all. And I say that with love, like he knows that there's things that he can work on and do, and he's so great. So it's just kind of like being open to feedback is so much more important to me than like being established and super successful when I first meet them. So not that he's a project by any means, but it's just like fun to be doing life with someone who's really open to evolving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. Also, I loved one of the first things he did for you, which
Oh.
was a really big deal. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
About when you went to his house and
Yes.
what he had bought for you.
That was so sweet. Like just so thoughtful and very intentional, which I appreciate. And then the fact that anytime we have conversations, he's just like very open to listening to me and open to hearing my thoughts. And we have good, intelligent conversations about stuff that we want for our lives. And I don't know, I'd rather have that than someone who's like, this is how it's going to be and no changing. Even if he was like super successful or like with money, like the rigidity just does not flow with me and my lifestyle. So
You got to have someone who's flowy.
You'd say the same thing.
Oh, 1,000%. But I'm thinking about even when he had gotten you makeup wipes.
Oh, yeah, that was so sweet.
And what else did he get you?
He got me like a curly brush, and he got me like claw clips and moisturizer and all kinds of things to stay the night. And I'm like, that was sweet.
It's so sweet, like to make things more convenient. And honestly, and so I'm going to call him Jon Snow. I'm not going to give away his name on this because I'm a big nerd and I'm Khaleesi. He's Jon Snow and big Game of Thrones fan.
Jon Snow.
So this is Jon Snow. But he bought me tampons on Sunday, and he was like, "Which brand do you like? You like the clean ones?" And I'm like, "You, sir, are so hot." The fact that you're getting me tampons.
Yes, we love.
But I think it's also because he listened to you on the phone, hearing what Joanne did.
And he was like taking notes.
He's like taking notes. He's like, I got to do that too. But the other thing is, he was telling me he didn't really know how to dress well. And it was so cute. One of our dates before we went to Barcelona, we went to Abercrombie and Fitch. And I love shopping for men. I like it so much more than shopping for women or myself. And I just pick out a ton of stuff. And I'm like, it's so much fun to just have him try everything on. He was excited about it because it's like I'm his personal stylist. He just buys all of it.
Love.
And I was like,
he's
this
like,
is
whatever
amazing.
you say, whatever you need.
Truly incredible.
Oh, so good.
So those were some of them. I have more that we can probably throw in a caption and see what you guys think.
Yeah, we'd love that.
But lots of fun things.
I love that. Well, in honor of today's episode topic, we're talking about protecting your peace. And I know this is not dating related, but the algorithms are chaotic right now. And I feel like we are constantly being inundated with news. Like I can't even open my phone without feeling overwhelmed. 100%. And I want to be informed, but working in social media and being attached to my phone and having deliverables on my phone, like I got to be online and I got to know what's going on, but at what cost? So
correct. Anxiety out the roof.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we get a chance to talk to one of our favorite female entrepreneurs, Sydney Duarte, later today. But I wanted to get your thoughts on like, are you feeling overwhelmed by content? I know Mental Health Awareness Month is coming up, so just kind of wanted to like check your status on that.
Yeah, I say that social media is the quickest way to burnout, and I think all people believe that, even if you're a social media manager, you're a content creator. So for me, the moment it stops being fun or something I enjoy, take a break, get off of your phone. I know you have a lot of specific things that you do if you want to share that too, because we're both online all the time. But I don't let it get to be too much because of some specific things I do. So maybe I can share one and then you share one. So I'm really into meditation through specific things where I literally just leave my phone completely in another room. And I actually been playing solitaire recently.
It's very relaxing.
It's relaxing. It's like this mindfulness technique where I just have to be fully into it. And I've loved it. I'm doing it every single day before, like when I wake up and when I go to bed. Another probably very nerdy thing, but solitaire has been awesome.
I love that.
With the real cards, not on my phone, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah. So that makes a big difference, right?
Nice.
Is the act of shuffling, the act of just being right there and playing solitaire, seeing my kings and queens. I'm using Disney villain cards right now.
If that doesn't say something about your personality, I don't know what will.
There you go.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you? You go for one.
I love to go outside. I mean, walking on the Greenway. My dad lives with me right now, so he'll just kind of check in and be like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" And I'm like, "Yep." I live right next to the Sugar Creek Greenway in First Ward, so I love to go play basketball. I like to hang out in the park. Like sometimes Joanna and I will do like a picnic in the park, and listen to music and just garden a little bit and then vibe out.
Garden a little bit. I mean, I do love your backyard.
Yeah. If you know, you know. But I am definitely big on getting outside and getting some vitamin D because sometimes some days I don't leave my house, which is sad.
Oh yeah.
So I really gotta like step away from the
Step away. Also, color walks are amazing. So this is another way to do a mental health walk with even social media if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So I do this in every city that I go to. So in Asheville, I picked the color green, and I have coffee in one hand, my phone in the other, and I will just take videos of, different things that are the color green. Then when I was in Lisbon, I was traveling solo. My color was light blue, and finding just these little things. It helps you stay mindful about your surroundings.
Yeah.
But also kind of relax a little bit while discovering a new place.
I love that.
So I love color walks, and it's been really fun to make those reels on social.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot lately. I think I'm going to do one soon.
What color are you going to pick? Purple?
Well, yeah, my favorite color is purple, but yeah, I don't know how many purple things are out in the wild. That might be a good color just to see.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm thinking of is, we're talking about not having our phones in spaces. There's that new restaurant or bar where they're taking people's phones at the front, like the hostess stand in Charlotte. I forget what it's called.
I know.
Oh, God.
Alchemist or something, maybe?
It's just a great concept because even when I did Dean's List dinners, I bring 12 women to the table. I would take people's phones physically and put them in a bag for people to stay present.
It like gives me anxiety at first, but then I'm like kind of thankful for it afterwards. I'm like, okay, this is nice.
Exactly.
One thing that did work on me though, I got served. They're genius for doing this, but this company called Opal has hired a content creator to basically talk about their app in really relatable ways. She's like, how to avoid burnout and how to like be more interesting and like just all of these things that are very tangible and tactical, but like the title of the profile is like powered by Opal, this app that like helps you disconnect from the social media apps. So it's the smartest way to create content because none of it feels salesy. And then you get to the end, she's like read you to filth. And then she's like, and then you can use Opal.
And
it's really natural. And I think every brand is going to start doing this more because she feels like a creator, but it's in fact promoting a brand that helps you disconnect from social. So all the topics that she talks about are content that you can actually use to help you get off your phone and get into the wild. Like,
okay, I'm gonna check this out.
So cool, and I love the way they did it, and they got me. I downloaded the app, so we were just talking and prepping earlier, and my blocker popped up, and it was just like, it's time to get back to more important things. And I was like, oh,
it's time for us to breathe.
yeah. It was like take a deep breath, and it gives you like 6 seconds before you take a break from the blocker. But it's been really interesting. It's not helping my screen time, but it's helping me doom scroll. So
and it's helping you be more mindful of it. Just take that quick break and you're good to go. And of course, all of the apps, Instagram to TikTok, they all have the time limits too. You can manually set those up. I have mine set for an hour. That goes by pretty quick.
I was gonna say an hour. Like I do that in one sitting.
Right?
That's crazy.
But we are creators over consumers, right?
Yes,
right?
I'm working on that. I need to start. I saw this girl post about systems, and she was like, if you put your widgets to be create. Like you can set it up to where your Instagram widget is just the create button instead of
that's so smart.
So you don't jump on and automatically start scrolling because that'll get you. If you jump in,
that'll get you.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll jump on and then I'll see something and I'm like, ooh, and then I'm locked into the algorithm and I'm like, crap, I just came on here to post something.
Yeah.
And here I am 20 minutes later, deep into a rabbit hole on something that like was not necessary. So
Yeah. And one of the things that you brought to my attention was that creator who had said every time you bring up TikTok or every time you bring up Instagram, you have to post.
Yeah.
You have to create something.
Can you imagine?
Before. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I think of that every time I get on. I'm like, okay, got to create something before I start scrolling.
it's almost like your reward for scrolling is to create.
Yes.
That's a challenge. If anybody wants to join me, let's try it.
It's the social scene challenge.
Yes. Every time you get on the apps to scroll, create something first, and then you get a chance to scroll. It's like
Done.
your reward.
Love it.
I love that. Let's follow up next time and see how we did.
How many things did we create?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I love that. Well, I was going to say, speaking of scrolling, speaking of doom scrolling, we've got the perfect person for this conversation. She's one of our favorite people. She's one of the best artists and muralists in the city. She's a community connector, a business owner,
Doing a TED Talk coming
a
up.
content creator, a TEDx speaker. She's a nature advocate, an experience curator, a world traveler. Sydney Duarte will be here right when we come back. So see you soon.
See you soon.
Sydney, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We just hung out last night.
I know.
And then now you're here, and it makes me so happy.
I know. I love when our worlds collide. You are the second person from our group chat to be on the podcast,
Yay.
and we're just running through it, which is great. But
Shows you how many amazing friends we have in this or better.
we have no
and-
shortage of people that we can bring on. And
Amen.
we thought of you last night. We were at Sip City because you just painted a mural of our other friend's face on a wall on a building.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Three friends and I brought joy to life, and the message is joy. Choose joy as resistance. She is an incredible human that is a Charlotte native, and her parents just live a few blocks down. And Sip City is bringing community together in a lot of beautiful ways. So it just felt very synchronistic because our friend was in from Australia, and we had 2 days to bring it to life. So it was all a very quick turnaround, but
It's perfect in all ways, and Sip City is immigrant owned as well.
Yes.
Yaz, shout out to Yaz. I mean, an incredible girl dad as well. He brought his
Yes.
baby.
I know,
Who's
she was
7
so
months
cute.
old. So cute. And then talk about an entrepreneur who does things really quickly too on social media.
Yeah.
He took that video of all of us together, already had it posted.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be over 10,000 by the end of today with views.
Incredible.
And Plaza Midwood collaborated on it, and it's like
yay.
Plaza Midwood's newest mural, and everyone coming together for Women's History Month, supporting each
Yay.
other. Very synchronistic.
Yeah.
I like that word. That was good.
Synchronicities.
Synchronicities. So many of them.
I know. And honestly, like seeing it in person, I drove by it the other day and I sent that video in our group chat, but I was like, stunning. Like, you are one of the best muralists in the city, but I know
No
that
question.
that's not all you do. So I guess for anybody who doesn't know you yet, how would you describe what you do? Because I had a whole list of things, but like would love to hear it from you.
wear many hats.
Yes.
But I am a neurospicy lover and creator of all things art, adventure, wellness, oneness. Anything that brings community together and cares for the earth is where my heart lies.
And she brings light to dark spaces,
Thank
and
you.
also has changed my life entirely. And I feel maybe the same for you.
Yeah,
Elena,
well,
but-
I was just thinking we were just listing things that we do to stay sane in this time. And being on social media is so chaotic, but I feel like every time I talk to you, I always feel so much more grounded and so like you're so full of resources and like tips and tricks and like anytime I don't know what to do, I go to Sydney. So you were, like, my
WWSD.
go-to.
What would Sydney do?
What would Sydney do? Seriously. You were like one of my favorite people to go to for anything when I'm feeling spirally. But I know that you've like connected us with also Carla, who like really helps with just bringing inner peace, which I think is lovely.
Reiki.
Energy healing, we love.
Yes.
Ugh. And also, you have so many resources on your website, travelinggypsy.org, right? Which I'm thrilled about.
Yay. Meredith lovingly encouraged that all the little tips and tricks turn into little nuggets of knowledge to live in a little free mindfulness library. So that is available for anybody that ever needs it, but it has grounding, journaling, breath work, staying hydrated. I don't know, many things, yoga, all the things that.
And can you get into grounding too? Because you
Yes,
talked about
yeah.
electromagnetic frequencies of the earth. And this is something that helps me, especially when I've been on my phone a lot and trying to get rid of my phone for a little bit. Explain why grounding is important and what it is to people that might not know about it.
Grounding is, it's that you're grounding your body. The earth it's called the Schumann frequency. So anytime you're feeling stressed, anxiety, sad, angry, anything other than love and joy, go outside, put your bare feet on the ground, hug
Bare
a tree.
feet, no socks.
Yeah, no socks. But if you think about it, all of our ancestors, no matter where your family originated from, everybody was barefoot. Everybody, no matter what tribe you were in, everybody was barefoot. And then, everybody designed shoes, which are beautiful. However, the rubber keeps you disconnected in having bare feet on the ground. And if you're not a dirt person, I lovingly encourage you to just, step on the grass and embrace that feeling of the earth is giving back to me, and I get to let go of anything that feels heavy, weighing heavy on your heart, heavy on your mind. And if you don't have time to go be barefoot, at least hug a tree. When you, if you literally only have, 20 seconds and you're on your way into work, literally just go put your hand on it if you don't want to
Fully rub over
You don't want to fully be the tree hugger.
But I promise you it will change your life if you hug the tree. But yeah, grounding is a beautiful way. And if you don't have, maybe you don't have a nature space that you can go to, an apartment complex, or there are these really cool things, grounding mats that they're infused with copper wire, and when you plug them in, it's bringing the Schumann frequency into your home. So you could sit on it, you can sleep on it, they make pillows with it. There are infinite magical, wonderful possibilities, but yeah.
Great for when it's freezing.
This is not an ad. No. It's just it saves your life.
Yeah.
Your sanity.
I know, right? And I was going to say, you have all of this knowledge. How did you get into yoga practicing, energy healing, even art? Give us your background a little bit.
Oh, dear. I've been on my own since I was 14. I injured my back in gymnastics when I was younger, and the doctors told me that I would never walk properly again. And the solution, air quote solution, Band-Aid fix, was to go to a chiropractor every week until the end of time. No light at the end of the tunnel. And it was kind of a Band-Aid fix. It would work for 2 days maybe, and then the pain would come back. And then a friend years later invited me to a yoga class, and after going for a few weeks, all my pain went away. And I was like, what is happening? This is amazing. And I never actually intended to teach. I started going to yoga teacher training for myself I wanted to know more about alignment and anatomy and all the different beautiful benefits that there are. So that's how that happened. And then people started asking me to teach, and here we are.
And you have my favorite yoga class that I've gone to multiple times.
Wait, which one?
She does her, what's the specific name for your yoga class? It's slow flow?
I mix a variety. I mix restorative, vinyasa, primal, basically anything that is flowy and fun to still allow you to build strength but not feel so serious about it, because everybody's body's different. There are so many, I think a lot of people have preconceived notions of what yoga is, but yoga can be many things, and it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter, do you have a body? It doesn't matter if you're missing, it doesn't matter what's going on. There's always something for you in every moment, and whether you're just laying there breathing or just doing a few small stretches,
it's accessible.
It's accessible,
to everyone.
yeah.
And what I really loved, we co-hosted a trip to Bali, a Dean's List destination that Elena was on. We have been literally across the world together, and something I thought was just so intentional, the way that Sydney started out the trip, was her yoga class. And I was this past weekend with Simi and Nidhi, who we met through Instagram, coming on this trip all the way from California, and they had said something that really made them feel like it was home and this was the right group, and they said that trip changed their lives. But it started with your yoga class and that intention, and in the middle of Ubud. I mean, it's just wild to think it was in Bali altogether.
That is the best part about like going on trips together, because you do have someone who's like really intentional about that movement and making sure that you find time to pour back into yourself, because sometimes I don't take the time to do that, and like being reminded anytime we're together, you know, even if it's just like, what do we do at the lake house? We were like kind of jumping around.
Oh,
and, like,
yes,
you know,
getting the
releasing
leaves
the
off.
energy
Yes.
and like just doing all the things,
All
like
the
shaking off.
energy.
That
like,
is my most favorite practice. If you do nothing else, even if you don't go and be barefoot in the grass, you can do this inside of your house. But imagine you are a tree, whatever your favorite tree is, and anything that is weighing heavy on your heart, heavy on your mind, those are the dead leaves on your branches. And yeah, you literally just jump up and down. It's more helpful if you like shake your arms and your legs, but at least for 10 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just imagine every time you land and hit the ground, those dead leaves are falling away so that new growth, new opportunities can come into your life.
And also the way I look at it, and you've explained this, is that animals, a lot of times when there's a predator that is chasing them and they are prey, what do when they've just escaped that lion? They shake everything off, right?
Immediately shake, yeah.
We don't do that with our bodies. Think about, we really stay stagnant in our energy. So I look at it from the animal kingdom side of things. And
it is really cool. I'm always reminded, like, oh my gosh, there's so much more I could be doing. But like in a good way, because you keep me honest. You keep me looking forward, which I absolutely love.
Oh,
you have other talents too, though.
So literally, we could talk about all the things.
We can literally talk about all of the things that you do.
We brought up Luminous Lane so many times.
I know.
And it's just such a special part of this city.
Yes.
And Charlotte Shallot's coming up, but you're the one that helped put all of this together with 49 different artists, right? 58. Casual. Can you explain that to people? The two huge installations that you have in Charlotte, actually. So not just that, but also TAOH.
Luminous Lane used to be a dark, scary alleyway, a block-long alley that most people, whenever we start any project, I like to talk to who lives in the area or works in the area, and everybody that I spoke with avoided that alleyway. They would literally walk around the whole block to avoid going down that space because of how scary it felt. And now people spend up to 2 hours in the space. So the theme was bringing light to dark places, and the reason for it, like a lot of artists don't know where to begin. They don't, usually if they're hired by a client, they get put into a box and like, here are the 3 colors you can use, or here is our vision, and you never get to see the artist's full expression. And we wanted everybody, like even though, so Treasy and I went in a few weeks before and painted the background like 8 different colors so that the whole space ties in together, but each individual artist has their space and that theme of bringing light to dark places. What does that mean to them? So you'll see Jex's nephew. There is like Esco did jellyfish, the ones that are deep in the sea that like have the bioluminescence. There's so many. There's such a wide array of expressions, and then there's sculptures, fiber art, paste ups. Like
I love the Dia de los Muertos.
Oh yes, Mitzi,
yeah.
she's incredible. There's something for everyone, and then you get to fully connect with those artists, their styles, and people. The artists have been hired from that space by getting to have their full expressions, and now they're getting hired for that expression and not being diluted by a client, which makes me happy.
So cool. It's one of our favorite places in the city. Yeah. Like we always said that it's like the best hidden gem.
And the best free date in
Yes.
Charlotte. I mean, you just walk through and you get to learn so much about the art that's there, but about each other and how people look at art differently.
Yay.
Amazing.
Yeah. But again, making it accessible. The yoga, like any wellness thing, should be accessible to all. Art should be accessible to all. Sometimes people maybe feel intimidated to go into a gallery space, which they are beautiful and wonderful, but maybe sometimes they have fees, and or people might feel like they don't belong in those spaces. But we want to create, we are creating free open air galleries for everyone to come and enjoy at any time of the day, 24/7.
And that's what you've done through TAOH as well.
Yeah, the TAOH Outdoor Gallery. So that's in Noda. You can come any time of the day. We have solar powered lights, and whether you're just enjoying the art or wanting to come and create, we wanted a space for everybody to try something new, to meet a new friend, to come and enjoy an event. I don't know.
And she really means it. Anyone can do it.
Literally
I actually
anyone.
spray painted my Gordy the gorilla.
Both of you, you were so good. Yeah.
Oh my God, I was doing palm trees by the Gordy. Yeah, like,
we did it together. Me and Elena, we had the time of our lives, and it brings out a portion of your inner child, honestly. And I couldn't believe I'm sitting there spray painting. I'm like, and you guys taught us, and it was the
so cool.
coolest experience. But also, you never ask people for help, and you appreciate donations. So to make TAOH Outdoor Gallery a very successful place and to keep supporting the people who are behind it, you can go to their website too and donate. I did that 3 weeks ago, and to keep those solar lights going, to host the events that you have.
The events, the donations go to artists that can't afford materials, and to having different events take place. We have art markets, farmers markets, yoga classes, outdoor movie nights, all the things. Pretty much any form of creativity you can imagine exists there. There's fire spinning, there's dancers, there's rollerbladers, there's sweet little book clubs. I don't know. There's everything.
So many events
all
there.
the things.
Well, I was going to say, if you've never seen Sydney's art, it's so bright. And I love that you said, I feel like your ethos as a person is like bringing light to dark spaces, because I feel like your whole life you've been just like letting your inner light shine. And we talked a little bit about that last night, but like, where does that inspiration come from? Like, how did you even start this? From the art perspective, or even just what you want to share into the world? Like,
well, only you have your specific frequency of light, and that can mean many things to many people, but only you can express in your style. Even if we all painted murals, even if no matter if whoever you're with does almost the exact same thing as you, nobody can express in your style. Nobody can. So for me, it's encouraging others, and also just expressing. And every wall is a new adventure, so it's not going to be exactly like the last one. So just finding different ways to express and to keep it analog. Like in this world of digital craziness, it's like, what can you make with your hands? Have you ever made bread before? Have you ever planted a tree before? Have you ever, I don't know, what brings your heart joy? Follow your highest joy in every now moment, and literally every puzzle piece will just keep falling into place.
And speaking of those that are trying to find their highest joy, but maybe they can't because they're in a really dark place, have you experienced people who have whose lives have changed because of your art?
There have been several murals. I've received different messages throughout the years of people that were on their way to commit suicide, and the artwork stopped them on their way and gave them a new perspective. And some of them reached out. These are only the people that I know about, but we've had many conversations with different people that have come to the walls. The artwork may mean one thing to me, but it can mean something completely different to someone else. Maybe they just needed that visual or that message, or just to know that someone else cares. And the same in yoga. There was a student several years ago that messaged me afterwards and said that something I said during class shifted their perspective on the day they were planning to take their life. And you never know what someone's carrying, and you don't need to. Most people will never talk about the battles that they're struggling with, and it's just like, how can you be a force for good? How can you show up in every moment? Not that you have to be a happy person all of the time, but just if someone says, if you ask how are you doing, and they say good, but clearly that, like, you can feel when someone is not actually doing good. Go deeper. I don't care if you're busy, I don't care what's going on. Pause for a second and actually see that person or hear that person and check in and say, are you good? Like, what?
It shows you that everyone can be the light, and it doesn't take that much. It's just little things that you can do. And even I think about our friend group. We've talked about This or Better. We came together also because of Chesley, and she passed away several years ago. And it's crazy to think that we lost her. But it's so important to think about mental health and these little things you can do for your mental health all the time. And as we talk about social media or the digital world, focusing on these analog things, like you said, and coming together to support each other. And it's really interesting. Dress for Success is doing a campaign right now about women who inspire, and thinking about, and I've been part of that campaign, and the reason I want to do it is because of Chesley. And it's really hard. You never know what people are carrying sometimes, even the people who are the most successful, the most happy, and you got to check up on those people.
Check on your strong people. Those are the people that need it the most. And in supporting so many other people, like they need support too, and they will more than likely never ask for help, and those are the people that need it most and will never say anything. But it doesn't have to be grand gestures. It's literally a smile, a hug, a high five, a kind word, a listening ear, like taking a moment to, even if it's a stranger, like listen, take a moment. That could be the best conversation of your whole life. That could be your new best friend or your new business partner or your, I don't know, so many
We could
things.
go on forever about it. I love it.
I know. I love that. And I was just thinking about how your art has kind of impacted people in the community, and like even just a visitor seeing the art and the sunshine that you bring. Like that's what I feel like makes our city so special, is because like you have your fingerprint all over the city and like not all cities have that. And I feel like when people come here, they're like, oh my, not only is Charlotte really clean and not only are the people really friendly, but like it's vibrant and like feels exciting, and it makes you feel like it's a place worth visiting and it's a place worth coming back to. I guess, is there anything, what has surprised you the most, I guess, about putting your artwork, and it could be this, like those messages or anything that kind of comes to mind, like bringing people together for creativity? Just because I feel like it does bring people together.
It does. I mean, it's whether it's,
We've talked about a lot of things locally too.
Yeah.
I think what we didn't talk about yet is the global movement, Peace for
Oh,
Peace.
yes.
Yeah.
The Peace for
If you
Peace
wanted
movement.
to mention that, how
Yeah.
many countries have been involved with?
So, oh yes.
You're decked out. In your
Yeah.
merch. I love it.
3 years ago, my fiance and I started the Peace for Peace movement, where we invite the world to join in through art and creativity. And that can mean, what does peace mean to you? So peace, spelled like P-I-E-C-E, meaning your masterpiece, or in graffiti it would be your graffiti piece, but for peace. But even if you don't paint, even if you don't feel creative, it doesn't matter. Everybody can join in. It doesn't matter if you've ever created anything in your whole life, but it's been really fun to have 42 people from 42 different countries have joined in over the last 2 years. And I think the thing that has surprised me the most with Peace for Peace and with TAOH Outdoor Gallery, so many people that have never created for fun or didn't believe that they were creative or never had a community before or never had someone tell them that they could. And so many people that wrote to us about having like being deep in depression, and this pulled them out of it. And because nobody's ever told them, like, just create for fun. Like, who cares if you mess up? You can paint over it, or you can just do it. Like, it's okay. And people that maybe don't feel like they can paint, we've had people create in flowers, in rocks, in seashells, in in bread, in someone wrote a song, someone made a stained glass piece. Like, if you go to the page, like, you'll just be blown away by all the different expressions and the ways that so many people from so many different countries are cheering each other on. And at TAOH Outdoor Gallery, so many people say it's like their mental health space. Like, maybe they can't afford to go to a therapist, but they can come there and they can meet a new friend, or they can express themselves. I mean, we even have a chalk box that if paint feels intimidating, you can pick up a piece of sidewalk chalk and create on the ground, and then the rain will wash it away and you can start over again.
I love that.
Yay.
So many good things.
I
There's
know.
so much goodness. I'm
All
just
the goodness.
feeling full today.
So much goodness. I know, you are literally like one of the most fascinating people, and you always like have your hands in a lot of different things, which I absolutely love. But I'm curious about, like, you have so many things going on, and you have to market yourself, and you have to put yourself out there, and social media has been a big tool for that. Talk to me about that. How do you feel, because a lot of artists that I speak to are like stressed about social media creation.
yeah.
Like, you can create all day, but like when it comes to marketing yourself or putting yourself out there, it feels overwhelming. It feels scary. So how have you been able to kind of get the word out through social?
And you create very rapidly.
Yeah,
We've seen it.
Yes. I for social media, it started as my personal diary to myself, and then in creating a few different like magazines or podcasts, wrote articles about me, and then there were some, I don't know, it's literally still, again, following your highest joy, creating for fun. Don't think about the monetary value of it. Yes, we all need to make money, but if you are only creating to make money, it's not going to work. It will never work. But if you're creating for fun, and then you can, maybe you hire friends, or maybe you can collaborate with somebody, even if you don't have the money right now in this moment to begin, just who who sees your vision, and even if they don't see your vision, at least there's like supportive friends and they're like, cool, whatever you want to do, like we're gonna make it happen. Pour into those people and lift each other up in those ways, and create. You're already going to be making anyway. Just set up your camera. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to the camera, set the camera up on time lapse, and then you're just like a little whirlwind of goodness that is in the moment, and people can still see that you are the creator of the thing, and then put it out into the world. Someone's going to resonate with it. All it takes. It doesn't matter how many likes you get. It doesn't matter how many views you receive. Yes, that's wonderful. However, it only takes one person to see your creation and then be like, whoa, I want to hire this person. I want to share
maybe
this person with someone
I
else.
want to date this person. You met your fiance through social media, which is crazy because I know you both are not on social media all the time, but it was an example of how it was used for good continents away. I'll let you tell your love story, not me.
Many moons ago, no, almost 6 years ago, during COVID, a beautiful mural popped up in my feed, and I was like, who the heck created this thing? Because I saw it 2 days before in my meditation, and he was being featured on a page that highlights artists from around the world. So then I went to his page. He never showed his face. He just only showed his artwork. But again, because of that, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know if it was even a man or a woman. It didn't matter. I was just like, who created this? And then in reading some of the posts, he wrote very similar to me. So I just sent a message and said, like, thank you for creating this. It seems like we're on a similar path. And also now knowing him, he doesn't check messages for like 6 months to a year. So
Insane.
It's hilarious that, his friends started his page for him because so many people were looking for his artwork. And then the fact that he even checked his message is funny.
And he also thought that you weren't even real for a while. He's like, how's this beautiful girl? He also has a very wonderful Australian accent. It is awesome.
But
Sydney.
his friends thought he was getting catfished because he's such not a social media person. And anyway, here we are. Australia was so intense that nobody was allowed in, no one was allowed out. So for our first 11 months, we weren't allowed to be together physically. And then there was like one tiny little window of 4 days where we got him to come over here, and he thought he was coming to visit for 3 months. And now 5 years later,
and you guys are engaged.
here we are. Yeah.
It's possible, ladies. It's
Yeah,
out there.
yes. Don't
Even
give
if
up.
you're continents away.
Don't give up,
On a
friends.
faceless Instagram.
Yeah.
You just never know.
But I will say, like, when you're pouring into yourself, that's when your person is going to come along. What's a hobby you've always wanted to do? What's the trip you've always wanted to go on? I am sure that dating apps are good for some people. However, there are many other ways, and literally, again, following your highest joy is how it's going to fall into place.
And let me give you your props real quick. Sydney told me a long time ago, and I was like, this is really woo-woo, but I'm going to try it. So she told me to write every quality of my dream partner.
In a circle.
In a circle. And I didn't do it in a circle. I did it in a list form. Thought I met someone that had all those things. It didn't work out. That's okay.
A circle.
I did it in a circle, and I went through this list with the man I'm seeing now, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
He has every single quality on that list, and I met him not long after.
Wow.
It's pretty wild. Like, I don't know if the manifestation thing, it works. And I was specific. She was like, be as specific as you want. She did it for Treasy. I've read hers on Treasy. It's wildly similar. Like, it's weirdly similar.
Well, I will also say, like, when you're writing, write it. Don't write. Let's pretend.
Way.
Yeah, write it in a
positive
positive light. If you let's pretend you didn't want someone that smokes. Instead of saying that, say I would like someone that's health conscious, or
Someone who has a healthy lifestyle.
Yes. Someone who's your biggest cheerleader, someone that wants to go on adventures, someone, I don't know, whatever you would like to have in your life, but dream big, be specific, and don't let anyone tell you that that's crazy. Because I was alone for 2 years. I had kind of given up. I gave up hope. I was just like, I'm just going to be alone forever.
Same. That's what I thought.
I'm going to get 10 cats. No, I'm just kidding. But I wrote my list and thought, you know, if this person does exist, they'll appear. I don't know how it's going to happen, but write it in a positive light. And then this is your standard for yourself, friends, not just ladies. This is whoever wants to write your partner list. And then this is your bar for yourself. Anybody that comes into your life, because there will be tests, but anyone that comes into your life, they have to meet 80% of your list or more. If not, you know, you're just lowering... You're setting yourself up for failure. And anyone that comes into your life that doesn't meet the 80%, they can be friends, but not your relationship person.
Yeah.
And yes.
I stand by it. That's with the Sydney challenge. I did it. Will you?
Will you? Oh my gosh.
I love that. Well, I was going to say, we only have a few more minutes left with you.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to talk about, like, first, do you ever get overwhelmed? This whole episode is like protecting your peace. And I know that you're on social because you need to be, and you're creating, you're sharing your light. How do you stay inspired or stay grounded when you're like overwhelmed or feeling like there's a lot of information? And you're like also one of those people that's very informed. And you stay up to date on all the things. Like, you'll send me stuff, and I'm like, I've never heard of this. I need to dive deeper. So, like, tell me how you stay sane, just for the listeners.
Stay sane. Go outside, get sunshine on your face, on your skin in some type of way. Put your feet in the earth, connect with the earth, drink lots of water. You are technically you're just a more emotional houseplant that just needs, you just need sunshine and water and nature. But also put your phone away. Literally take time for yourself. For the first hour of every day, and before you go to bed, do not touch your phone. Don't even look at it. Don't take it in the bathroom with you. And
that's a tough
I'm
one
so
for
serious.
me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Take time for yourself. Take a moment to breathe. In that first hour of your day, do any type of movement. If you don't have time for a full a workout or a yoga flow, turn on your most favorite song, do your most favorite dance for 1 minute. It doesn't matter if someone's looking at you. Yeah, dance it out. And then I don't know. Your phone, social media is designed to keep you distracted, to keep you locked in fear and in chaos and separated. And that is, if you are starting to feel like that, literally step away, connect with nature, call a friend, check on somebody. Anytime that you're feeling sad, pour into somebody else and it'll immediately heal you. It'll lift you back up.
And on the other side, when you're using social media, just use it for good. You are one of those people that influences for good, and we're trying to also change within the social scene, as we're talking about social media, changing the narrative of how you can use it in a really positive way or helping causes. And you've done that even with the rainforest, rebuilding the Amazon as well, and Banksy.
Banky
Banky, not the
Pianco.
artist.
No. Banky Pianco in the Brazilian Amazon rainforest. He started the Yorinca Tassarense, where he is reforesting the Amazon rainforest and helping so many people come from around the world and are learning new ways of agroforestry, the indigenous knowledge and wisdom that he openly shares with the world is absolutely incredible, and literally pouring into all indigenous forms of care throughout the world. That is another way to help the earth, help your community locally. Like the rainforest to most people is out of sight, out of mind. Why should you care? You should care because if the rainforest goes down, it affects all of us. And have you ever planted a tree before? If not, go find a native tree for wherever you live. Talk to local. There are
Trees Charlotte is a nonprofit that's really great that helps reforest a lot of our area here in Charlotte.
And they will, if you reach out with interest, they will give you a free sapling. Ask for a native tree. And if you're not in Charlotte, there is someone locally in your space that can provide that type of service. Go plant a tree. If every one human on this planet planted a tree, it would fully reset what is going on with the planet, and it just makes you happy. You get to see this little creature grow up, and if it's a fruiting
you can
tree,
hug it one day.
Yeah, you can.
Touch it lovingly.
Lovely. I feel like we got a lot of Sydney challenges, and I love this. I love
Yes.
actionable items.
This is so
for
good.
this episode.
Well, we do have a fun rapid fire,
Okay.
if you're good with that. So we'll get you in and out. Okay, so what is your latest obsession or hyperfixation? It could be like, are you reading, watching, listening to anything, like anything that has caught your attention lately?
I mean, the Eurinkia Tesseritzi project has my attention, full attention. If you are interested and would like to help the planet, that I highly recommend going.
We're gonna have to
and-
write that one out
Yeah.
somewhere. I do not know the spelling.
We can put that in the notes of the podcast. But however, in preparing for the TED Talk, learning how to memorize all the things has been very interesting and
mind.
fun. So if you ever have a talk you need to give, there's one called memory mapping where you like visualize, it could be your house or like an invisible castle, but in each room you remember a section of your talk, and then you go through, then when you're actually physically standing on stage, you are walking through that space and picking up each little section along the way. Or you can record yourself like saying your talk out loud and then play it like you would a podcast or a song so then you can lock it into memory. But that's been fun.
Yeah.
Challenging my own self, my memory to.
Yeah, you gave us a little sneak peek last
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
which was
yay,
really
I'm
exciting. I'm
excited.
so excited for that. Stay tuned. She's
Stay
got a TEDx
tuned.
talk on the way.
Coming soon.
Okay, what is your most favorite place you've ever painted?
Oh, so many. Burning Man, we worked with 50 artists to bring this massive pyramid to life called Temple Anamkara, and that was so much fun. It was honoring all indigenous heritages from around the world, because normally when you see a culture represented, they are not mixed with other cultures. And it was fun to tie all those in, but we were working with welders, engineers, like so many
Such a cool
different
piece.
You became a carpenter.
masterminds.
Yes.
Yes, I also became a carpenter. But also painting in the Amazon rainforest, and painting at Mushroom Valley Festival, and we brought the music festival stage to life.
So cool.
And that was like in a rainforest in the northern part of Australia. So we're painting that again this September, and if anybody wants to come and hang out,
Yes.
come to Australia.
Count me in. Would love.
Yay.
We need to probably cut that and put some visuals next
Oh,
to
yeah.
it, because
Oh, yeah.
that way you
That'd
guys
be
can see.
great.
The
Yay.
Burning Man was one of my favorites, but I love looking at your work.
Thanks, friend.
Okay, any city that has inspired you the most? I know you've
my
been to a
gosh.
lot of countries, but anything top of mind?
I've been to 58 countries so far, and I love every single place for all different reasons. Every one of them inspires me, but really it's the people, it's the culture that inspires me. It's like, where do the locals hang out? Where are the hidden gems? Everyone, I don't know, for me, it's really beautiful to see that no matter where you go, everyone is the same. They may dress a little different, speak a little different, eat a little different, but the humanness of everyone is still the same. Smile, give them a hug. There's so many beautiful ways that you connect with people from around the world that, I don't know, that it's so simple. It's so very simple, and you can have such a deep connection with someone even if you don't speak the same language. You can do charades. That's kind of a fun way to. I'm so serious.
So
I've made
true.
it through so many different countries, like by drawing stick figures and charades, and
So fun.
everybody. It's a
Love
fun way to just like break the barriers down and have a good time.
I love it. Okay, favorite color to work with?
Oh my gosh,
If you had to pick
all
one.
the colors.
You
I
had to
don't
pick
know.
one.
Rainbow. All of them.
I feel like we should have her manifest her dream mural location.
Yeah,
like
that's a good idea.
where is the dream of where you're going to do this? So we look back at this episode and you're like, did it.
I don't know if it's a specific location. It would be like I would love to paint a plane, some grain silos anywhere around the world. Whoever would like to hire me, thank you. And any cities that are open to indigenous leaders, like the wisdom keepers of the land, being highlighted on large buildings in cities. I want to bring nature into cities and remind people this is where we came from. This is what we're here for. If we don't care for the planet, like, we're done, people. So we gotta time to step up. This is our only home, and we got to take care of it. So
Beautifully
Manifesting it right here,
yeah,
right now.
right here, right now.
I love that. Okay, last one. Hidden gem people might not know about in Charlotte.
Okay. If you do not have a yard or access to like a local nature space, I really love Serenity Garden. It's the sweet woman has transformed her backyard for anyone to come and visit. There's a labyrinth, there's sculptures. She's hired local artists to bring these. Our friend Gray has been bringing all these like super cool sculptures to life. Anyway, if you need a nature reset there or the McGill Rose Garden, those are my two favorite nature like little hidden gems. But for art, I would say Luminous Lane and TAOH Outdoor Gallery, even though we talked about them. But
1,000%. We cannot stop. That's it, really. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming and on such last minute notice. I love having you here, and obviously Star Room loves having you here too.
Yay.
But
Absolutely,
we just love having our friends on the phone.
We love it so much.
Yeah.
And the last thing I wanted to leave everyone with was this manifestation, kind of a little mantra. So if you want to say this out loud at any point, or just kind of listen to this and have it in your head, but. There is no version of my reality where I don't see a successful and extraordinary life ahead of me. Not a single one. That's the level of belief I carry in myself. I know the resilience that lives in my bones. And when belief is that strong, reality eventually bends to meet it.
Boom.
Love.
Yes.
Thought that was a good one. But thank you guys so much for joining us with the Social Scene Podcast. I'm Meredith Dean. Our phenomenal guest is Sydney Duarte and
Elena Cachon. Thanks for listening, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you soon.
Woohoo.